And welcome to Weather Nag and Focus. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday. It is shy of 106 and temperatures outside are 56 degrees. Although it is a windy one, and we'll touch on that forecast, let you know when the wind's going to lighten up, when the sun's coming out, when the rain's moving in, when the rain's moving back out, and when we might see more rain rolling back in after that. As well as for everyone else who wants to get out in the field, how many days do you got to work out there before you have to worry about the rain? We'll run down that forecast coming up in just a moment. If you want to join in on the conversation today, join the program, have some fun, share some laughs, 701-293-9000 is the Red Wing Shoes phone line, or email to the programs, our weather or ag at flagfamily.com, as well as those comment boxes there on Facebook and YouTube Live. And Steve, Dirk, good afternoon. Happy Tuesday to you guys over there in the live streams. Hopefully we got a fun stream in store for you today and a fun show as well, as we'll have a few opportunities for you to get qualified for a chance to win a rain gauge. We're going to be doing that throughout the course of this week because it is North Dakota Severe Weather Awareness Week. So we'll be running down some trivia questions in regards to weather and storms to get qualified for a chance to win a rain gauge. You usually don't got anything good to say anyways.
Turn my mic on, fool. Man, I'm going back on vacation. You're irritating.
Just gonna send it.
We'll be giving that rain gauge away on Friday. So you'll have numerous chances today, tomorrow, and Thursday to win. It's one of those real nice ones, productive alternative.
Yeah, really nice ones, too.
Nice
like the ones you see on TV.
Even better.
Even better than those ones.
Even better than those.
Even if they look
They're
similar.
the Weather Service ones. The ones that the Weather Service says, these are so good, you should have one.
Yeah, they did say that. They said, these are good. Look at this. You should have one. I saw him. I heard him. I was there. He said that.
It's good marketing slogan
there.
there.
Yeah. Use it.
They
want
said
one.
that, but they said it, but they can't ever fix the temperature up at the airport. Boom, boom.
No, they can't.
I'm winning already.
You are.
Arr, matey.
If you want to join the show, give us a call today on our Red Wing shoe line, 701-293-9000. That's 701-293-9000.
Yes.
Let's run down a quick look at the weather here because
that's too soon. You got to leave people in suspense, Dean.
Anyway.
Otherwise, they're going to hear what you have to say and leave.
See ya.
Bye.
We've got clearing skies that'll be moving in as we head throughout the rest of the afternoon. It is a windy one. We've got north winds at 15 to 30. Highs today, just a few degrees above where they're at right now. Upper 50s to near 60 with a north wind about 15 to 30 and gusty. Clear skies tonight, dipping back below freezing as those winds go light out of the northeast. And the pick day of the week is tomorrow for sure. Highs in the mid-60s and a light wind out of the south-southeast. Plenty of sunshine. We'll see more clouds come in on Thursday. Southerly winds ramp up quite a bit, but it will be mild, low 70s. And then rain comes into the area Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 3 straight days of rain. Not every day will be a washout, but Friday looks like it. And it looks like by the time Sunday is done, we should have pretty close to 1 inch of rain widespread across much of the area. So that's pretty darn good news. That should put us back a little bit above normal then for the year. Not by much. We'd just say pretty close to average or a little bit above average for the year. So that's good news there after a pretty dry, snow-free winter. So we got that.
It was a nice winter.
Yeah. It was a nice winter. Yeah, if you don't like the snow and cold.
It was beautiful, and we got the rain. Nothing to worry about. You got 3 days to plant. Take a couple days off. Do some more planting after that.
There you go.
I would like to point out that I am on the road. I am traveling. I am actually in the state of South Dakota. It is not raining,
Yet.
snowing,
Yet.
icy,
Yet.
any of those things. But there's a bit of a wind. Otherwise, it's holding together pretty well.
Yeah, but
right
it'll
here.
push you southward. You're good. Unless
You're getting good
unless
gas
you-
mileage there.
Much better
Great gas mileage.
right?
Absolutely.
Hi there, John. What's going on? Happy belated birthday, buddy.
Hey, thanks. 60 trips around the sun and counting.
Hey, congratulations, man. Another year.
And only meteorologically inclined people understand that terminology when you say trips around the sun.
Indeed. I thought it was
Exactly.
flat, though. There isn't the Earth flat. The sun revolves around us.
Oh, don't
You got
go
that
there.
wrong.
Don't
Nope,
make me
don't
put on
at
that-
me, John.
Don't make me put on that tinfoil hat.
John, that's 420 years in dog years for you, in case you were wondering.
Exactly.
Did you just do quick
Or as
math?
my ancestors would say flat out, you have lived many moons, my son.
Yes, you have.
Indeed.
Oh, gosh. When he said
So,
flat out, I
why-
thought they meant they thought the earth was flat.
Well,
Who
it
knew?
is flat.
Got it.
Well, it is, Bridgette, but that's another topic.
What's going on, John?
So, Wysocki, where's my bucket of scorpions I asked for?
Yeah, well, you know, when I got it through the when I got it, he wanted me to bring him back a bucket of scorpions. So, yeah, when I got to the TSA checkpoint, they weren't too fond of that. In fact, I'm lucky I got back home. So, well,
Speaking of rain gauges, did you see the lovely receptionist on your way in yesterday and find the gift I left for you?
I did. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Where'd you get that one?
Friend of a friend deal. They had some in a box for free, and I looked at it and I said, "This is classic." It has a North Dakota Watts line. For those of you who are younger than Justin, you probably haven't got a clue what a Watts line is.
That's how old that thing is.
You looked old.
Yeah, exactly. That's back when phones went.
Oh, John. Hey, thanks for calling, buddy. I hope you enjoyed your birthday, my man. All right, let's get some. We'll get one question in here.
What? No, too
We got
soon.
time?
Too soon.
We got time.
Second segment.
All right, we'll hit it on the second
We
segment.
gotta let them. We gotta let them listen to us a little longer.
That's right. And we got Jay's. Do you qualify for Jay's thing today?
Yeah, Jay's Tax Relief brought to you
Qualify
by
for-
ATI of Fargo. If you got diesel problems, they're the ones that'll figure it out for you, and as well as Coast Materials with a K. Yes.
And check them out because Coast doesn't want you to have to rely on just your tax refund. Now they're going to try to give away Jay's as well.
I didn't even get a refund this year. I had to pay in.
On both
You're
sides?
doing this wrong, man.
How stupid was that?
You're doing this wrong.
Man, well,
It's called loopholes, buddy. It's called loopholes.
no, it's called ended up not having any federal taxes taken out this year.
Whose fault's that?
North Dakota's
Oof.
and employers. Because apparently when they got rid of the claim zero thing, they just claimed zero.
Oh, wow.
It didn't automatically change for some people's employers. So my wife's job never took any taxes out, and I had mine for some reason, which may have been my fault when I claimed my son on W-4, only took out like 30% of what I should have had taken out on my taxes for last year.
Ouch. Well, just don't pay it.
Well, that's what we're doing.
You know, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? Come and find you?
Come, I'm right here in Fargo, baby. Come get me. Good luck.
Well, we got time for want to hit a couple of ag topics here, Bridgette, before we go to break?
We can do that. So, in fact, one of the things that I think that might freak you out a little bit is going to be grasshoppers. Y'all have been saying that this
tasty.
summer looks as though, well, if you're a bird, you'd think so. But you keep saying it looks like it might be a smidge on the dry side. Well, here are some fun facts for you. First of all, we know that grasshoppers really tend to thrive in years when it is so much drier than usual. They get the opportunity to lay their eggs. The eggs don't get washed away. And there's a multitude of hatching. Grasshoppers don't just come at once. Some will start out in May. Others will come out in August. Here's a little frightening fact for you. So a single grasshopper eats up to half its body weight in one day. And it can destroy 12 times that in vegetation. So it just walks along and eats and spits it back out. Really, that's rather destructive, don't you think?
Cool.
So if you have, say,
A-hole.
50 grasshoppers per square yard, they could potentially be destroying as much forage as a cow could. 50 grasshoppers equals one cow's consumption.
Wow.
How's that?
That's insane.
And they're just not well received, right? Once they're hatched, these are called nymphs. They work their way through 5 stages of growth, and they have a fairly short lifespan. But when it's dry, that like the weather we're looking at this summer, that actually speeds things up for them, and they progress to adulthood a lot faster. Birds love them. That's why they hang out in areas where you'll find grasshoppers, and grasshopper eggs go in places where you don't have any grass or soil disturbance. So grass waterways, ditches, areas that are no-tilled in a field, etc. That's where they like to leave the eggs behind.
So you're telling me we need to put up the purple martin houses, the bluebird houses, and the the prairie meadow?
And anybody,
Meadowlark?
the meadowlark, state bird, by the way. So anything that you can do to decrease the grasshopper population will be a great idea.
Right on.
So birds, they can actually reduce the grasshopper population by about 40% if allowed to.
Plant more birds,
so,
people.
How about it?
Plant them.
Put more birds. And no bird flu.
No bird flu. We'll try and keep that to a minimum. Just had an email come into the studio box. That's weather@flagfamily.com. I'll have you know that the Earth is actually shaped like a dino chicken nugget. So there we go. It's flat in the shape of a dinosaur.
I'm
Makes
glad we
sense
got
if
that
the dinosaurs
clarified.
used to be on them back in the day.
Rather than worry about the Earth, let's worry about planting. And actually, based on the travel I had today and also a number of folks that I've talked to, we can talk about planting progress that's been going on in the region. I bet there's been a lot. We can do that after we get a chance to catch up with the American Ag Network. So again, don't forget to call us with your information about what's going on for planting, etc., and be prepared to get registered for not only our rain gauge giveaway, but for Jay's tax relief fund on our Red Wing shoe line, 701-293-9000. Stay tuned. We'll tell you when to call.
And welcome to Weather and Ag in Focus, 1:20 in the afternoon. I want to thank you for joining us. Before we went to break, Bridgette was talking about how's our ag community doing so far in the fields. Bridgette, what have you heard so far?
Oh, planting progress reports are going to start ticking up quite a bit this week. As I came from Fargo going south, a lot of tractors in the field. We're seeing quite a bit of tillage, fertilizers going on. In fact, I got a call from our farm cooperators tomorrow morning. They anticipate that our fertilizer is going to go on our cornfield. So for our Here We Grow project, and thank you to sponsors Steffes Group and Dakota Bank for being a part of it, we will get fertilizer spread tomorrow. Not sure if we'll be able to capture that with any of our video. It just depends on the time when the truck and spreader shows up. Additionally, we've got sugar beets coming up south of Grand Forks near Buxton. They've already started to germinate. We have wheat that started to germinate as well. And I think as I move southward here through South Dakota, we're going to see quite a lot of progress on a corn crop as well.
Good deal. Well, I think it's safe to say everybody's getting an earlier start this year than they did last year. Is that safe to say?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and we're not mudding things in. We're less worried about compaction and just that slimy slush of mud when you call it like a sidewall compaction when you're just dragging through your planter through the mud, and it makes these
lovely
tough sidewalls around the furrow. And when you do that, your corn roots don't have a way to expand to get out of that area. I mean, it's just a mess. And this year it feels much, much better.
Good.
Happy to see it happening.
Good.
Yeah.
So it is Severe Weather Awareness Week. We're going to switch gears back to weather here for a bit, and figured we'd give away a rain gauge on Friday. So we're going to qualify you. We'll have a couple questions today. We'll have a couple tomorrow. So we'll get two qualifiers. We'll get two qualifiers each day. So first question. When driving in a car and a tornado is spotted, where is the safest place to go?
Not there.
Yeah.
The other direction.
Yeah, the other direction. 701-293-9000. When driving in a car and a tornado is spotted, where is the safest place to go? I know that they've dispelled a couple of myths over the last 15 years. I won't give it away, but...
I'm going to go hide in a culvert.
There you go.
Hi there, caller. What's your name?
Dorn.
Dorn, what do you think? What's your answer?
Probably in a ditch.
You are correct.
Right.
Yeah, in a ditch is the safest place to be. If that's not around, Justin was joking around about a culvert, but you got to be worried about flooding in that. But a ditch is definitely the safest place to be. Used to be where they tell you to go under the underpass and get up like on the top of the in the very corner of the underpass. That's the worst place you could be because those winds act like a funnel if that tornado is coming through that area. So, all right, Dorn, hey, congratulations. Yep. We'll put your name in the hat, and then we'll be listening on Friday. We'll be drawing for that productive alternative rain gauge on Friday.
Yep. Dorn, before you go, what's the first letter of your last name?
E.
E, as an echo?
Yep.
Awesome. I got your number and everything. You're good to go. Be listening on Friday. Dorn, congratulations.
Okay.
All right, congrats. All right, you want to do one more now, or you want to wait till the last segment?
Hang on. So he got that whole thing right about, Doran said, if it's severe weather, you're looking at a possible tornado, lay in the bottom of the ditch. I'm so hoping I can tell this story on air, but I had a coworker in a previous role who, it was his bachelor party, and his mother-in-law was driving him home, and they had to stop because he had to get out of the car to pee, but he tripped and fell, and he rolled down to the bottom of the ditch, and he actually cracked some ribs, and he wouldn't tell the real story. He kept saying he fell out of a tractor when he was planting, but that was actually the story he finally had to tell. So if you're going to land in the bottom of a ditch, I wouldn't go that way.
That must have been one heck of a deep ditch.
Hey, man, there's some pretty big ditches out there.
There are, and I am still at the point that his mother-in-law was driving him home from his bachelor party, so there was a lot.
That guy at the bottom of the ditch looking up at his mom in the car, just...
So I'm so sorry to the FCC for all of the things that I know that are useless information.
Now, does this person know that you know?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He might not know that I just told the story, but I'll send him the audio after we get done today. I'm going to be driving right by his farm. So when I drive by, I'll just call him.
That's hilarious.
He's laying down there, half intoxicated. Mom!
It's a bad day.
Oh, man. Boy, you can't beat that story. I've got some good stories, but that one's pretty.
Everyone who knows anyone who says they've fallen out of a tractor is now like thinking deeply about like who could this be? I bet I know who this could be. You just outed a lot of people, Bridgette.
I'm so sorry. I wrecked a lot of people's lives right there.
701-293-9000 if you want to join in.
Boy, if you could beat that story.
Someone can, I bet.
I'm sure John, if anybody could, John would be able to beat that. All right.
These things happen.
Yeah. Well, let's do one more question before we head to break. Does that work for you? All right, Eddie. Okay. And again, this is to qualify yourself for a productive alternative rain gauge. It's Severe Weather Awareness Week, so we'll be doing trivia questions all week.
Yeah, why don't we emphasize that? This is a chance.
Yeah, this is a chance
to win.
So
don't show up tomorrow and say I won one because
we'll draw it on Friday. We will draw this on Friday. All right. So, which way or which direction do tornadoes rotate? Sounds like an easy question.
Oh, what does rotate mean?
When I knock you upside the head and your head spins around, it's rotating. How's that?
Ooh.
Does that make sense?
That sounds like a recorded threat.
Vicious day in the studio.
Indeed it is.
All
Hi
right.
there, caller. What's your name?
How's that? Rodell Storbakken.
What was it?
Rodell Storbakken.
Hey, Rodell. What do you think the correct answer is?
It's clockwise.
Justin?
You said clockwise?
Yep.
It is not clockwise. I'm sorry, Rodell. Try again. Hi there, caller. What's your name?
Jeff,
Jeff. What do you think the answer is?
counterclockwise.
Ooh, we'll guess the other one. That's a good guess. I'm sorry, but that's not the correct answer.
If it's not clockwise and it's not counterclockwise, again, the question was, this might be a trick question. Which way do tornadoes rotate?
I don't know. Hi there, caller. What's your name?
Counterclockwise. Julie.
Not Julie. I'm sorry, but good guess.
Okay, so we.
Hi there, caller. What's your name?
Jeff.
Jeff, what do you think the answer is?
Well. Let's see. It's not clockwise, not counterclockwise. I only heard counterclockwise, so I'm going to say they rotate vertically.
Oh, hey, I like that answer.
I like the idea.
I like that idea.
That's
not the answer we're looking
Thank
for.
You, Jeff.
I like that.
That was good. Hi there, caller. What's your name?
Jeff,
Oh, Jeff again. What do you think the answer is?
it's clockwise.
It is not
It's
clockwise.
not
I'm sorry, Jeff. Try again.
Again, this
We're
is a
getting people here.
This is a trick question.
Hi there, caller. What's your name? Turn your radio down too, please.
Raleigh.
Raleigh.
Okay.
What do you think the answer is?
Straight line.
It is not
No.
straight line.
No,
Good guess.
Good guess. Again,
Hi there, caller.
this is a trick question.
What do you think the answer is?
Well, I mean, you really got me stumped here. It's got to be counterclockwise.
It is not counterclockwise.
That's not
but
the answer
good
we're looking
guess.
for. It's partially. Let's say it's partially right.
Hi there, caller. What's your name?
Rob.
Rob, what do you think the answer is?
In a circle.
I like that answer.
I mean,
You can't argue with
I
it.
guess you're not wrong.
You're not wrong, but that's
Clockwise and it can't be counterclockwise, so it's got to be in a circle, right?
I mean, you're not wrong, but you're not right.
Yeah, that's not the
either.
answer we're looking for. But I mean, yeah, it's a trick question.
Yeah, we're getting lots of phone calls. I can't believe this many people listen to us ramble.
Let's say all the answers given were partially right. How's that?
Yeah,
That should
we're
give it
thinking
away.
of option D here.
Yeah.
Hi there, caller. What's your name?
Rich.
Ridge. What do you think the answer is?
They rotate in a circle going down.
I like that answer too.
That is also a good guess,
Yeah,
but not the correct
Yes.
answer.
No.
Hi there, caller. What do you think the answer is?
I think it rotates both ways, counterclockwise and clockwise.
Guess what? That's the correct answer.
You are correct. Although most tornadoes do rotate counterclockwise, they can also rotate clockwise. So they do, in fact, rotate in both directions.
Good answer.
Good guess. And what was your name?
Dave.
Dave, what's the first letter of your last name?
M.
And I got a number here. I'm just going to write it down really quick without saying it on the radio, unless you want everyone to know what your phone number is.
I don't think he does.
No.
All right. Well, we'll leave that one private there, Dave. I got you all down here on my information. We'll be drawing on Friday, so be listening for your chance to win. You just got qualified.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks for listening. Right on.
Yeah, majority of them rotate counterclockwise, but
Yep, you can get cyclonic and anticyclonic tornadoes.
And there's been some research that some of the stronger ones actually do rotate clockwise. Not all, but there's still great research being done on tornadoes that
we don't know anything about tornadoes.
It's come so far in the last 20 years. It's amazing.
Yeah, we know a lot about weather and tornadoes, and at the exact same time, we barely know anything as a whole in the meteorological science.
So, well, it's time for break. We got to pay some bills.
Yeah, we could just skip it. It's just news.
Yeah. When we come back, we'll hit a couple more ag topics, and don't forget, be listening for Jay's Phrase That Pays with the old tax refund. You can get registered for that. That's all of that coming up right around the corner. We'll be right back.
And welcome back to Weather and Ag in Focus. Thank you for joining us today. And For all of you who are sending me a stream of messages asking who was it who fell in the ditch, I'm sorry. He will have to give his own name. I don't think I can share that information right now.
Can you give initials?
Won't matter. It's down in South Dakota. I'll just drive by his place and call and wave when I go past as they're out in the field today farming. So yeah, it's that's one of my favorite stories. So, and I wasn't even the one who did it. That's probably the best part. For once, it's not something I did. Very excited. Oh, goodness. Okay, so some things that are going on for the rural communities right now. One of them has to do with EPA has new water standards. So they want to make sure that none of these forever chemicals, as we've been hearing them called, are being found in rural areas with water. What that does, though, is for small town communities, you now have to absorb the cost of getting water systems that can clean this, or if you have to do new wells or bring in new pipelines. And a big question that's being asked by American Farm Bureau is, who's going to pay for that? So even though the EPA brought out these new standards and they seem like a great idea, large metropolitan areas will be able to absorb that cost much better than our smaller rural communities. So that is a concern that many are having right now, and discussions need to move forward with it. I'm not sure where all these forever chemicals came from, but suddenly they're on the top of everyone's headlines that they all want to talk about.
They came from somewhere.
One more thing out there. Supposedly they came from somewhere is exactly right. So additionally, we see that the emission standards are changing for semis. And maybe you weren't aware of this, but new model years that are be coming out starting in 2027 are going to have some tighter emissions on them because the EPA wants to see a reduction in greenhouse gases. They believe that by doing this new rule on the emission standards, that's going to avoid about 1 billion tons of greenhouse gas and would also help to bring some tax breaks about for people who go ahead and buy the semis that are going to have these reduced standards. Here's the problem. When you look at truckers who are moving a lot of our product across the country, as well as for farmers, these are going to be quite a much higher expense. The industry cites a new diesel class 8 truck costs about $180,000, while a comparable electric battery truck is going to cost more than $400,000. So yeah, you might get some tax credits of about $40,000, but it's going to take a lot to get close to covering that cost. So there's some pushback from truckers and farmers in regards to some of these new standards and new trucks that might be coming out.
Didn't they learn anything by trying to push the EV stuff down everybody's throat, and then the automakers are like, we're losing money hand over fist on this. Plus, we're not even set up structurally. Our infrastructure isn't even. There's no way.
We're not. You know, a year ago there was a report that came out that said the states, when you looked at a per capita basis, that had the highest EV refueling sites, so the big plugins to pull up your electric vehicle, were states that were least populated, like Wyoming had the highest amount per capita of EVs. But I'm pretty sure they don't have the most EVs. North Dakota was one of the top 5 states as well. Again, that has a lot to do with the population or lack of population density more than anything. So we'll see where all of these vehicles go someday, but we're not really quite there yet.
Just make cleaner burning gasoline, which they have been doing, and
we have been doing.
Yeah, so, man.
And we're trying to do everything we can as far as ethanol is concerned, or soy diesels. We're looking at a variety of renewable fuels that can be used for jet fuels. That's a major focus of one of the new crush plants that's come online here in North Dakota, is shipping their soy oil to the Marathon refinery in Dickinson, and that's going to be a renewable fuel for jets. So we know that we can raise it, and we know we can do things differently, but I have a lot of trouble believing the electrical grid's going to handle such an influx of electric vehicles, particularly in large urban areas.
Right.
I see brownouts there already.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how that's going to go.
Yeah. Man. And what other countries, China and all that, they're not even going along with the standards that we're even close to. It's just defeating the purpose. I'm getting mad, Bridgette. Now I'm just getting mad.
And I wish I had that sounder still of Futurama. Yeah. Oh, that would have been a great opportunity for that one. Danny gets mad.
Well, there's one said within our family all the time that is, I'm mad. I'm really, really mad. So take that as a warning right there. So someone would know that you're upset. Along those lines, I mentioned forever chemicals earlier. Let's talk about what's going on as we see more and more of our pesticide use ramping up as we go to spring. We're going to see some pre-emergent herbicides are going to be put down in our corn, our soybeans, and we want to make sure that all of those containers are properly disposed of. Every container is required to be triple rinsed when you're done. Spray trailers do have setups on them so that you can rinse the inside of the jug, dump your rinse water back into your system so that you have a way to contain it, not just dumping it on the ground, which you cannot do. Now, when you have those plastic jugs, it depends on what state you are in. Some states allow you as a farmer to burn your jugs. Some states require that you have to group them all together and a recycling company has to come and get them for you. Know your state rules, know what you can and can't do. As a homeowner, if you have leftover jugs, you've bought something in the lawn and garden section at Walmart and you go home and use it and then the jugs are empty, you're still also required to do a triple rinse on them and then find accurate disposal for those plastic jugs as well. And one of the things to consider is every July, the Department of Ag in North Dakota has what we call Project Safe Send. Those dates and locations will soon be announced. That's where unused pesticides or containers can go to be properly disposed of. Millions of pounds have been disposed of over the last few years rather than just being dumped into landfills or places that they don't belong. So keep that in mind if you have things at your house that you don't want to keep around anymore. Maybe it has been out in an unheated storage shed and frozen. It could be out of date, may no longer have a label. It's time to get rid of some of those things. Nobody needs those lying around any longer, I think you could say.
There you go.
So keep the place clean. Yeah.
Figure out by state rules what to do with your jugs, folks. We don't need them all over the place.
No, we want to make sure that those things are cleaned up. And normally we start to see the recycling happen later on in the summer once we get through the big push of spray season. Into July is a great time for disposal because, again, that's what we're actually seeing happen with North Dakota's Project Safe Send as well. And that's been put on by the Department of Ag for quite some time. It'll be, once we have the dates, I'll announce them. It'll be someplace close to Fargo as well.
We had some emails trickling in about the EV thing. California's already got tons of brownouts, as well as the U.S. is not even close to being ready for this when it comes to infrastructure-wise on EV technology. Yeah, I don't know. I think that they're cool, but I don't think they should be forced. Is my thoughts on the whole EV thing. I mean, I know that they have some purpose. I think they're cool. I don't think they should be forced or mandated or anything like that in terms of what is being done with them.
I think it also matters that cost and affordability, because right now those batteries on most of the larger vehicles especially are so large that there really isn't a good working system to be able to have them. So you have to kind of wait until that technology gets better.
And the material you're using for the batteries are just as harmful to the environment as well. And yeah, it's... Don't even get me started.
It's just a big circle, dog chasing its tail now until we get through that.
That's exactly
and
what
frankly,
it is.
We'll see what happens when we get an election this fall, because I think a lot of what we see, not only in the U.S., but also in the EU, when it comes to what happens by voters' decisions, is going to affect how we go forward with some of these mandates, especially in the farming realm.
Well, I mean, look what Canada's doing. I mean,
what's Canada doing?
You know, well, watch some of Quick Dick McDick's videos if you're not sure, because it's just killing the ag industry up there with all the rules and over-regulating and
their carbon tax.
The carbon tax is huge. I mean, you know, if you want to see the country go downhill fast, yeah, keep that up.
But you want to know what's positive?
What?
We have baby calves and baby sheep have hit the ground. It is baby animal season. We are putting seed in the ground for a crop this year.
Right.
Frankly, it's all positive, right? It is spring. The trees are budding, leafing out. Justin, we're going to have a garden out here soon. I even dropped you a story this morning in our Slack to talk about gardening. Yeah,
I'm gonna have to give
because maybe
that
you
one a
should be
read.
planting. Well, you should. There might be some things that you're supposed to plant next to each other to keep down your insect collection. Tomatoes actually like having things like basil and cilantro planted close to them because that naturally repels insects. So if you were worried about it, there are some companion plants out there that could be helpful.
Very, very interesting. And if you want to join in on the conversation, 701-293-9000 is the Red Wing Shoes phone line. You can also email weather or ag at flagfamily.com. A couple emails is, I think the EV thing is cool, but I'm not quite ready to get one. I think they need to figure out the recharging time or as well increase the distance that you can travel on a charge without needing to spending an arm and a leg to get the premium model, and as well as related to the pesticides and cleaning out your tanks and whatnot. Yes, always remember to rinse out your jugs and to use soap. So some friendly reminders there.
Hey, one last thing about that garden planting. It says
Yes.
you're supposed to plant your cabbage and your dill together. And so that must be like almost pre-made coleslaw. But I'll be honest with you, my dill it's like free range. That stuff gets out of hand and goes everywhere. I think it would choke out all the cabbage. I don't think I'd have anything left.
I don't do a whole lot when it comes to the smaller things like that and herbs. I probably should,
let me help
but
you.
Just haven't.
Don't worry. If you start to run shy of any of those things, let me know. Again, the free range dill situation is rather out of hand. I can do my best to help you out.
Might need to hit you up on that one, Bridgette. Well, we got to get caught up with a few things when we come back. We've still got another ag topic to go about, something to do with agriculture and the U.S. government, to figure out what's going on in terms of that, and as well a check on the forecast and some other razzle-dazzle stuff. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. And welcome back to Weather and Ag in Focus. It's 1:51. Lots of stuff to get done here in the next 7 minutes or so. And I know everyone's probably been sitting there wondering, waiting. Well, I haven't heard the cue to call. I haven't heard any sounders going on. I haven't even heard the promo play yet, although we have had a few people call in regards to it. Now is your opportunity.
What color should we take?
Go.
Let's take lucky 13.
Lucky number 13. Look at that. Wow. Sorry, John, you're caller number 1.
Damn it.
That's all right. Hi there, caller, you're number 2. Caller number 3. Caller number 4. And caller number 5. Hi there, caller, you're number 6. I'm sorry. Hi there, caller number 7. Hey, John, sorry, you're caller number 8.
He's still got time.
Caller number 9. Caller number 10. 11. 12. Hi there, caller. What's your name?
Dave.
Dave, what do you think the answer is?
And I'm thinking that $1,000 Jay's going to give me. So what answer you're looking for? Oh, I'm just...
That's
Just
the answer
right on
I'm
the
looking
beat right
for
now.
there, Dave. You're caller number 13. Congratulations. You're getting qualified to win Jay's $1,000.
Oh, perfect.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Stay on the line, though. We're going to get a little more information from you during, Addison will get it from you right now. So just stay on the line. I'm going to put you on hold.
Sure. No.
Right on.
All right.
Had to play with them a little bit there.
What's the
It's
answer?
like, oh, God, they're doing trivia instead?
Poor John,
You
poor
guys
John
have
got
no-
there twice.
He was almost there. He was the next caller after Dave, too.
Was he 14?
He was 14.
John.
You guys have no idea how much it took for me not to put myself on mute and call in myself to see
You
if I
should've.
could get caught as number 13.
Oh, man.
Thought about it. And the other thing that you might want to think about is going to mortonbuildings.com/careers. Check them out. They are adding people to their crews right now. There's plenty going on. And in case there's bad weather, you still get paid. Quarterly bonuses, upward mobility, on-the-job training, and more. Check them out, mortonbuildings.com/careers. Glad to have them in our corner.
Right on. And we got another ag topic I wanted to hit here. This is one from a few days ago. By a few days ago, I mean yesterday, that we didn't get to. I think it's yesterday. Today's
Okay.
Tuesday, whatever. The Federal Reserve, are they worried about ag at all, Bridgette?
Actually, right now they are, and I'm going to turn to my notes on that one. The Federal Reserve is looking at potentially making 3 interest rate cuts this year, so that would be helpful. But the Reserve has had some reservations, and boy, doesn't that sound just crazy, that they are considering some of the things that are going on out there in our local economies. So right now, disposable income, which really drives consumption and is the biggest part of our economy, has been trending downward for the last 18 months. That will hurt us at the farm gate when products are not able to be moved and sold in the way that we want. Oil prices are a bit of a wild card. They're $90 a barrel right now and likely to hit $100 by mid to late summer. That could dampen the economy. Now, there's a certain number or a certain tipping point where that actually helps us in North Dakota. I thought it was $85 a barrel and we started pumping more crude out of the state of North Dakota, but someone will have to tell me if that's been an updated number as of late. We know the debt's out of control, and we know that right now the stock market shows similarities between what happened now and the dot-com bubble that burst in March of 2022. So with all of that stacking up, ag is a bit of a bright spot, although there again are some concerns that what's happening with disposable income spending as well as with interest rates is what will affect us most closely on the farm. So those are items we have to keep in mind.
Yeah, cool.
A couple of things happening there.
Always
Sure.
interesting things going on with ag and the government and other things. And
Well,
let's see if I can make this work.
Well, absolutely. And if not, don't worry. We can talk about the U.S. ag trade balance.
Yeah, we got another one we'll hit tomorrow because I don't think we'll have enough time, but we'll see. And that's ag restrictions from Hungary to Ukraine.
Yes.
But before we get to
Yes.
that,
Let's take a last look at the forecast. We're seeing clearing skies moving in from the north and west, so a lot of sunshine for the rest of the day in the valley and westward. Still hanging on to some clouds into lakes country. That's where the cooler weather is going to be. on the east side of the river. Highs today in the upper 50s to near 60 from the valley west, and a little cooler as you head off into Lakes Country. Tonight, clear skies, cold. Lows down below freezing with light winds, and tomorrow, pick day of probably the next 5 at least, with temps in the mid to some spots upper 60s, a light wind out of the southeast. Not a bad day tomorrow. Book your tee times. And then Thursday, winds ramp up, clouds increase out of the south. We'll have highs in the low 70s, and then rain comes into the area Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The weekend system is a little in question because it's coming in from, both are coming in from the south, but we look to take more of a direct hit with that storm on Friday. And then there's another one on its heels for the weekend. That looks to put its main impact to our south, and then we'll warm right back up. We'll cool down. It's going to be a chilly weekend, low 50s. Yeah. And then next week we warm up, and some areas could be getting, the Central Plains are going to get some severe weather out of this system. We might have our first bout of stronger thunderstorms possible by later next week, which starts the month of May. Yep, it's getting to be that time of the year. So
right on.
Yeah. So far, it's been a very quiet severe weather season so far across the lower 48. So just comparing it to last year and comparing it to average.
What about the above 48?
Oh, man, I just...
Just gonna send it.
I'm out.
I hear birds. Did I get hit?
I'm cutting out a minute early. You can end this show.
Oh, it's not that hard to end this show. We'll be back tomorrow, 1 to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. What's coming up next is the Jay Thomas Show. And I'll tell you what, he's got a lot of different topics that he's just showing us before his show starts. So I think he's going to have a really good show.
It's going to be a rock and roll show.
It's going to be awesome. But he'll be coming up in a few minutes. Thanks for joining us today. Enjoy the rest of the funk.